Coming at you live from the hills of Hollywood, the streets of Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
And we've got our 2 cents for you.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I think we've already recapped the summer, right?
Absolutely.
And
It was like pre-SPAC.
pre-SPAC. And that was very nice of them to do that whole SPAC. They raised a lot of money.
Do we know how much?
I think it was like $4 million or something.
Nice.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Crazy. SPAC was good.
Yes.
Those shows were pretty good.
You couch toured SPAC.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
It was free couch tour.
Yeah. Yeah. So I must have. No, I mean, you know, we group couch tour. And yeah, SPAC had some good moments.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. It was not what I expected, you know.
What did you expect?
I don't know. For some reason, I had like this inkling that like a benefit show is going to be like all the new songs and let's just like, you know, play them because you guys are here for a good thing. And like,
I mean, they were 2 Real Fish shows.
they were 2 Real Fish shows.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and that acoustic set.
Right. But I didn't even know about that until after it happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, they threw down. I mean, obviously, like, Waiting in a Velvet Sea as an encore is just like a fucking needle in the eye. But the next night, you know, Possum Encore, great. And they played well. They did. They played well. They pulled out my new favorite song, Pillow Jets. But, like, that was one of the only new songs that they played. I think. The whole, well, Evolve, Wave of Hope. But, yeah, it was a good run. But then, whoo, doggy.
What?
Then came Dix.
Yeah.
And, like, Dix... Everybody's all hyped up for Dix every
There's
year.
so much build up for Dix. That's what I was going to say. Everyone was like, waiting all summer for Dix. Let's get through MSG so we can get to Dix.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Well, they
It's
raised
the
the
finish-
bar so high with Dix the first, like 4 or 5 years they played there,
Yes.
right? Those
Yeah, they
shows
were fun.
were just like, you never know what's going to happen. Something crazy's going to happen.
Right.
They're going to spell something. Or
We love
they're gonna
spelling.
play S's or
Totally. Letters are cool.
just throw down with like the unexpected, like the apex fish, you know, which is like you don't know what's gonna happen and like they're gonna catch you and do something that you could have never expected.
I totally agree. That hasn't happened in 5 years.
7,
7. Right?
Yeah, I mean there was yeah,
I mean,
they didn't do it in 2020, but like 7 years.
so I get the Dix hype. And it was much deserved, but it is, I mean, it continues to be a 4-day banger at the end of summer.
Yeah.
Totally get it. But like there's no camping anymore. There's like, I don't know, you know, they're not doing, I mean, there's 4 fish shows. It's
Yeah.
definitely 4 fish shows. I love 4 fish shows. Probably 1 fish show too many for me in a row. Like at this age, like 3, kind of, you know, I can like make it up over the hill and like the 3rd night, like I'm kind of dragging. 4 is a lot.
4 is a lot.
But I don't know if the hype is deserved any longer about the what could happen to Dix.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think what it's become is like the cherry on top of summer.
Yep.
It's a long weekend. The venue's great. The scene is great. You know, like it's the shakedown of all shakedowns. You know, the lot scene at Dix is great.
Yeah.
It really is a lot of fun. Like you go early, there's grassy knolls, there's tons of space, tons of parking, just like it's a big, in kind of not in the middle of nowhere, but feels like you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, the lines are never really long, you know, to get in,
Spacious.
It's like the Colorado way.
Yeah.
Wide open plains and mountains in the distance.
Big sky.
Yeah, so it's like a good vibe, and there have been some weather issues
Yeah.
almost every year.
Every year now, it seems like.
But like at the same time, c'est la vie, baby. Weather comes and goes, and they seem to have made the best of it. They can't control that.
So why am I grumpy on Dick's?
Well, because like I went to the first like 4 or 5, and I've been to 1 or 2 since then, and I just like am not pulled back there because it just seems like their bar that was set so high for those first 4 years, 5 years, has not been maintained. Sure, like any fish run, there are highlights,
Oh, totally.
lowlights, middle of the road, any other fish run. For a few years there, it was like, we got to go to Dick's because we don't know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, which was exciting. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was exciting,
And
and
that's
now
not-
it's like just on the calendar, and it's 4 nights, and it's at the end of summer, and I totally get it. But it's
Yeah.
like for me, it's like notched back. Like they raised the bar, and the bar's like notching back down.
Yeah.
To just like a 4-night run.
4-night run.
But
could-
everyone gets so friggin' hyped about it.
yeah. I just don't think that they pulled it off again this year. I just don't think it. There was nothing.
It didn't pop.
There was nothing that happened the entire weekend that was like, the fluff head on night 3
Right.
was great.
25, 26
20,
minutes.
20 some odd minutes, and
Yeah.
they jammed it out, and it was great.
20 minutes. Sorry.
Sure, but still, that's like an exceptional fluff head to open the show.
Great.
Like, wow, let's do this tonight, guys.
You texted me and you were like, fluff head opener. I remember that.
Yeah. But it seemed like they did that the first night too. Like they opened with like a great Carini.
That's what it is. You texted me. It was a Carini opener. I was like,
because like they love Carini at Dick's. Like there's no, I don't know for a fact, but it seems like Carini is the song of Dick's.
it's become the song of Dick's.
Yeah.
It just seems like it has
And
with
they
everything
opened
that's,
with it
with
this
all the
year.
history and everything
Yeah.
now. Yeah, and you texted me like Carini opener, and we were doing Fingo cards earlier today, and you were like Carini. Well, Carini, they love playing Carini.
They love playing
And
Carini
it sets
at
a
Dick's.
great tone. So, like, I mean, that was the conversation we had because I wasn't really I was doing something and you were like, just like Carini opener. And I was like, dang, like,
Yeah.
here we go, throwdown. Even I was like, pre-Dicks, I was on the hype Dicks train, okay? Coming off MSG, everything. SPAC was cool. I was like, man, Dicks, they're going to throw down. Carini opener, oh shit, it's lit.
Yeah.
Jack's right, it's lit.
And then the rest of that set, minus like Ruby Waves, which had some potential, was like just like full fucking. Let's just take it.
I mean, they had,
a bunch
like,
of tiny little turds on stage.
They had some fun with Haley's Comet, but
Whatever.
But yeah, Blaze On, like, oh my goodness gracious me. The rest of that set,
Sure,
You know?
like Whack Tube, they busted it out. They hadn't played it in who knows how many shows, but like, I guess sure. And then like
Tweezer.
well, the first set was like not setting any precedent of
Well, it opens
excellence.
with some promise.
Yes, but
And then just
and then they had like sometimes I like to think like, what are these guys thinking? Like a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we just like played like a really kind of
like Blaze On, Caspian, Mercury, Ruby Waves, and then
Like-
like
like a-
close out the set with Zero because like of course
like they were just like playing the easy card,
Yes.
like
the easy button,
the
like at
easy button, and
Staples.
they've been playing all together all summer. Like
know.
they weren't warmed up yet. They needed a warm up set.
I know they needed a warm up.
Fuck that.
To warm up the crowd.
And then
That Thursday crowd, though, everyone.
well, it wasn't sold out.
I know. Because
even more
Thursday's a
reason in
weird
the
day.
fish
You got to
tradition.
get to Colorado on a Thursday. I mean, it's hard for people.
Well, Thursday should be the new Sunday at Dick's.
I know, like exactly. Like, where's your dark side? Okay, Thursday's not sold out.
Yeah.
People who just could just quit their jobs and be in Colorado on a Thursday.
Yeah.
They get dark side. No, They got Blazon, Caspian. We got a Ruby Way. You
And
know,
that's what I'm saying. Like the first set, it was just like Trey was probably like, okay, guys, you know, we're gonna pull out our fucking ace right now. We're gonna throw down a tweezer. Let's just go push this tweezer.
Yeah.
And like give them what they came for.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Great. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
But then like
Yep.
nothing else. It was almost like let's.
I mean, you get the set closer slave. You know,
Yeah, which is literally like
the
like the studio version at this point. Slave is exactly the same every single time.
I know it doesn't soar quite as much as it has.
You know,
I feel like they rush
people
Slave.
love Slave.
I love Slave.
I love Slave too, but I've heard it too many times in the exact same way.
That's what I was about to say. Is like they used to really be patient with that middle bit. You know,
Yeah.
the reason why we all love Slave. They like gave it space and they let it breathe
Yeah.
and they like did it and it just like gets you right in the, just makes you, it hits your heartstrings. But now they seem impatient through Slave and they feel like they've been playing it like that for a minute.
Impatient because like they always play it at the end of the set, and when they play it at the end of the set, they know that it's like, okay, we've got 9 minutes and 45
Like
seconds
rushing
left.
off.
Like let's just get through this, guys, and do it.
I know, but and like the peak can be so cathartic, and they just like get it out of the way, and I'm a little bit. I wish Slave had more room to breathe.
Me too, and that's all I'm saying. Like, and Show of Life, sure, great little, cover that I don't know when they played it before. I don't think they played it all summer, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
fucking Santos, like, didn't you play that
Yesterday.
like, is this still Santos?
Is it still Santos? I mean, if I never hear that song again, I shouldn't say that.
No, I would be happy if it got put on the shelf. Like, put it on the shelf. Let it age a bit. let the want
like a
and
fine
need
wine.
for that.
It just
Yeah.
needs to kind of like go in a cellar and come back out when it's better.
Yeah. And I thought that when they did it for New Year's like 4 years ago.
Yeah. I know. Look, if you busted your ass and told your boss that you quit, like in Half Baked, when he throws his hamburgers,
You're cool.
and you got to Colorado
cool.
for Thursday
Fuck
because you
you.
were quitting your job and going
Yeah.
on fish tour, you'd be second guessing that decision.
And like Slave is never really like jammed out. It's never really like pushed past a certain time. It just, there is a vibe to it, where it's like almost, I don't know. I mean,
It's so celebratory, dude. It can
It
be.
is.
I mean, think
It
of a
is.
live one to just go back to like a seminal Slave that every single person knows by heart. It's beautiful. And they let it breathe and and it's like delicate and then it just like rises and it's just like it's quintessential fish.
I agree.
And
I agree.
They don't give it enough space and they're not patient enough and it disappoints. It doesn't live up to the song's potential.
Yeah, I agree. And then the second night, Friday, I think they did a decent job. It's fine. It's like just
Esther's nice touch. Esther Bowie.
but you know what? They played Esther like how many times this year? Like 7?
But
I know.
I've been through like Esther deserts, okay? Like where it's like I
Everybody has
want
it.
Esther, like
Everybody
give me an
has it.
Esther.
But like Esther is like their like Hunta song this summer. Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah, I'm
like,
fine with it though.
sure, but like, if anybody knows, like, throw out the like songs that there are giant gaps on that there shouldn't be. Like Runaway Jim even. Mm-hmm. They hadn't played it in.
Well, they brought it back.
I know they brought it back, but they didn't play it all summer.
Look, Esther
Anyway, not
Bowie,
that I
I'm
like-
fine with.
I prefer Esther
even
to
Stash
Runaway
Esther
Jim.
Bowie, even bouncing Stash Esther Bowie.
Yes, for sure. And
I'm just like working my way backwards.
And the gin was fine.
Yeah.
But that stand was great. You know.
Yes. Yes. I love sand.
And a split open and melt to end the show. Like wowee.
Yes.
Wowee.
Yeah, the encore was nice.
was
Wilson, quick Wilson. Well,
They're
It's fine,
usually
yeah.
that's
I
how
know.
they usually are. You know.
but yeah, that's nice.
Like it was a kind of a mixed bag on Friday, which I liked. You know, to me, Friday, Saturday were both really, decent shows.
People seem to call Saturday as the winner.
Well, again, like Fluffhead opener,
Yeah, sets a nice
that
tone.
like really was
A nice fluff
a
head.
very nice Fluffhead.
Yes, agreed.
All the kudos to the composition of that extended jam Fluffhead, which is like a really nice thing when it happens.
Yeah, real nice.
Like really nice. That's just
Real
like such a
nice.
feel good, like
Oh,
this is the
God.
best fucking time ever. Yes. And a Reba, and a mound.
Like,
That-
but again, like no whistle out. It's fine.
yeah, no whistle out, but they wanted to get into mound,
Yeah,
and there was a
and a taste goes. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a good first
I
set.
like that first set.
Yeah, I like the first set
If
too.
I'm gonna
No.
pick a first set of the run, that's probably it.
Dude, Fluffhead, my soul is gets everyone up.
Yeah.
Reba, Mound, Taste, sure, Ghost.
It
All
has
right.
like a similar feel composition to Saturday first set at
Apex.
Apex
Yeah,
at the Hollywood Bowl.
yeah.
Where they had like a Bowie in there instead of like Reba maybe, and Esther instead of like Taste or some. It was like
They had a Ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I know.
Similar.
No, this is Saturday. That's why
Yeah.
people call Saturday because like Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
good.
the second set was like
I like a
6.5,
bag. I
7.
like chalk dust.
7 out of 10. Like
I mean, who doesn't? Pipers can be nice. I like a piper.
so, like they were going on chalk dust. Everybody thought like, ooh,
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yes, exactly. Like ACDC bag.
warmed them up.
Yeah, exactly.
They were getting in the
chalk
groove.
dust. It comes out with some heat.
And everybody, I could tell, like everybody was just like, here we go,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night, chalk dusted dicks, let's fucking do it. And then it was just like,
Can I live while I'm young?
womp womp. What happened?
I don't know.
You
Either's
guys-
Edge, 46 Days, The Howling.
The Howling's
Piper.
good.
Yeah.
I like the Howling, but this
I
one,
know, but it doesn't come back. Yeah.
this like the Howling to me is like where they can go funk. They got like that cool kind of dancey groove, but with this one, they strayed away with that with the jam. Like they kind of kept going back into the same type of jam in all of these songs. It was like a very kind of like sprinkly, spacey, typical kind of Fish jam, I guess, these days. Like there is like a specific style of their jam that is developed over the last while that is almost like feels safe a lot of the time. Where it's like it could be any song.
I agree.
The jam sounds the same in almost every song. Almost every song, not every song.
There's definitely a safe jam space that they can find themselves in, which is like excellent, but at the same time, like I just feel like when they don't have that spark of inspiration that we
Yeah.
which is why we show up, right, for those moments, that they kind of slip into that safe jam, which is incredible because it's built on top of 40 years of communication, but like here we are again, like we find ourselves here in this jam again.
And I think that's why he pulls the plug.
Yes.
Right? I think
yeah,
that's why
because
he's like,
nothing's
oh, shit,
happening.
like we're back over
We're back here again.
Like let's try something else. And
Totally.
then it just keeps it's like a snowball.
I agree.
Fucking like uh-oh.
Look, and if it was like your first show,
Yeah.
it's a great jam. Like they're tight, they're locked, they
Yeah.
play around bit, they're
They're
listening.
not like taking anything too deep, or
Yeah,
out
so
of
it's
touch.
great, but like I think I agree with what you're saying. It's like heard it before.
Like,
and then I
is
just
it-
know
what
that
song
they're-
is this? Like, is this still that same song, or is it a new song, or are we doing this again? That kind of thing.
Yeah. You just know that they're like they wish that they didn't slip back into like they're back in a place where they wish they weren't.
Yeah.
But they just keep going, and then Trey kind of like ripcords it because he's like, we're not getting where we need to be.
And then maybe it was like the same mentality as like the first night after the first set, where they come out and they're like, let's just keep going. We're gonna, I don't know, like theme encore, which was like I think the second theme encore or something of ever.
I mean, it's a cool encore.
I guess, yeah.
This encore is cool.
Oh, it's the longest encore of all time.
Right. I'm just
But
saying
is it the greatest encore of all time?
Not gonna say that. But
I mean,
theme's
think,
fun.
I think if they,
I love Mango, dude.
I love Mango song too.
Mango starts a party. And then like the cool thing is because it's the encore, you don't know what the hell's going on. But like Mango song in the encore, you know, at this stage in the encore, not knowing it's 6 songs, it's fun. Like they're starting a whole nother party. It's like a third set.
It was basically like a third set, yeah. You know, and everybody was like, "Oh wow, okay, Mango song and theme for the encore, cool,
Great.
that's different."
You know,
Great,
don't
sure,
doubt me.
let's do
Okay,
it.
Evolve. Oh, here, well, this is okay.
Yeah.
And then Golgi Antelope.
Yeah,
Like that's.
I mean, they could have just played Golgi and Antelope, and probably everybody would have been satisfied.
Totally. It took them a minute to get to where everyone wanted them to be.
Yeah.
But like, I love the Mango. I love the theme. I love that bit in the beginning, and then just really this Golgi Antelope would have been sweet, sweet, sweet.
It was. You know, I think that was again like a, oops, well, here you go, guys.
Well, like, okay, and now, do they go into this with plans? Or did, like, they play theme and then Mango and everyone's, singing along, and then they play, like, Don't Doubt Me and, like, the energy rolls off, and then they play Evolve, and then they, like, felt bad, so they, like, went deep? Like, what happened? Or did they come out going, like, we're gonna do 6?
I don't know.
I mean, that's 40 minutes of music.
I know they way
Over
way,
40
they
minutes.
went way over the curfew.
Yeah.
So they were definitely got hit with some
I guess
sort
if you're
of,
going over the curfew, you may as well go over the curfew, right?
guess.
There's probably some math to that. Like, fuck it.
yeah,
Like, okay,
like, we're
whoops,
already
we tripped the curfew.
over, so let's just
Well, we're having fun.
let's just do it.
Let's just keep playing.
Yeah.
And then Sunday. Well,
Yeah. Sunday.
weather
Weather, for sure.
throws a
Like
wrench in the
everybody's
mix.
just like, thankfully I was not there, because it's just like such a stressful situation for everybody there. Last show of the tour, we're waiting outside. Is it gonna happen? Rumors swirling around.
I know.
No show, it's gonna get canceled. 2 hours have gone by, we're like standing around making buddies, and now we're just like, I never want to see you again.
And it can get weird because people can misjudge their timing if they don't expect like a show to start at a certain time.
Yeah,
So
you're there with
everyone's-
you're there with your kids, and like you're only going to come for the first set, or who knows what. Everybody has their own story.
Yeah.
And that situation creates like stress, anxiety.
Yes, anxiety.
People are anxious. They're
Yes.
they don't have their spot. Their buzz is way over.
That's what I mean. They're just
kilter,
totally,
you know, like they're
miscalculated.
They're peaking.
They're deep in a weird space and they're still outside the venue.
Yeah,
you know?
you like you. Yes.
Yeah.
The timing.
Exactly.
Really.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm sure fucked with a lot of people.
And then, like, when you go in, like, so many people probably just, like, double down, too. They're like, well, we're going in, so I'm going to re-up.
Let's do it. And
They kept it light.
yeah, you know, they're like, when there's an
I mean, maybe that's
I don't know
not
if it's fair to ask for like have expectations, but everybody has expectations. If you know this band, you're part of this culture, you like go travel hundreds, thousands of miles. It's not a secret that like people come from all over for every show, you know, and like that puts pressure on them, but they can handle the pressure of their performance, and like they know how to blow the roof off a place.
Sigma Ways is fine. DWD, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
pretty good.
you know, getting going. Momo Dance, that's like lets a little wind out of the sails, but like, all right, let's go. You know, sometimes it feels like the moment ends in Momo Dance. Although the Momo Dance at Hollywood Bowl was actually okay.
No, Mama Dance Dance has actually been good this year. Like
Yeah.
last year, 2 years. It's not just like they're like cookie cutter opening the show. It's had some good grooves.
Man, I loved when that album came out. You remember that?
Story of the Ghost?
Yeah, like, ooh, it was just filthy.
Gaiuti?
I know, the whole thing just like, it was
Gaiuti in the studio
best.
was like really took me back to like Rift.
Gaiuti.
You know, when they were just like doing all this crazy stuff in the studio. Not that I ever really listened to their studio albums, but like.
Yeah, but I remember getting that CD and just
Me
like
too.
listening to it over and over
Yeah.
and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Gaiuti. Where's that pig? He didn't even show up to Dick's.
No.
Jesus.
I think only one Gaiuti this summer.
Whole
maybe?
summer. Maybe you could be right.
I mean, if you're gonna play Gaiuti once, that means you have to like practice. And
I know it's so
rehearse.
intricate. Bring it out a couple times.
Exactly. You practiced all that.
I love it.
That whole bunch.
Oh, I love it when the red lights come on. It gets so scary. And then it's just like the most triumphant moment.
I know.
Oh,
like
my God.
Such classic.
And it just
fish.
ends perfectly.
You know, I've heard that from like back in the late 90s, 97, 98,
Yeah.
Gaiuti was like the Sigma Oasis. They just played it so much. They played it like
Yeah,
every
they
other-
did play it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
But it was awesome.
but that's how some people who were on tour like looked at Gaiuti. They're like, "Oh, this again."
oh,
This
but
stupid
except the
pig.
song is excellent.
I know. I've never understood that. I was not deep on tour in 97, 98. I saw a few shows here and there, but like if they ever played Gaiuti, if they ever play Gaiuti, I'm
Stoked.
so stoked.
Always stoked.
Yeah, full stoke.
That guy or gal, I want to ask them how they feel about Sigma. If they're bummed out on Gaiuti, let's ask them about Everything's Right.
Yeah. I mean, everything's right.
I like Everything's Right.
I do too. Why not?
I don't mind. Sigma
Just-
Oasis as an album, I actually like. I
I
say
know
it,
that.
and I know that every time. But man, Kill Devil Falls, I don't need to hear. Free, okay, Everything's Right. Hey, I just said I liked it,
Yeah.
so I'm down. I mean, 2001.
But-
I mean,
well-
The Wedge.
Well, the Wedge and Gumbo.
Yeah.
In 2001, sure, but like Gumbo, which like I'm sure that like they have the internet. You know, like Trey has the internet
He has the internet.
for sure.
Okay,
So, like
on the bus.
with the unfortunate ending of Jimmy Buffett, God
Right.
rest his soul, legend. A lot of people, for some reason, I'm not exactly sure why, were like, "Oh, they're gonna play Gumbo for Jimmy." I guess because like Jimmy's like from like spent a lot of time in New Orleans, Louisiana, and like Gumbo is kind of like a thing in the Deep South.
Mm-hmm.
So like they somehow tied it to him.
Okay.
I don't know. Does Gumbo have like lyrics that refer to Jimmy Buffett in any way?
No.
They didn't play it with him. They played Brown Eyed Girl with him, which is random. That one time he came on stage with him in like 96 or something. Anyway, sure, play Gumbo. But like again, Gumbo has gone in like a great way. Just like cookie cutter versions of so many songs. Where like I think the one thing that I'm getting at here is that like this was all so predictable.
Yeah, like, see, I was getting grumpy, and then I'm like, no, I like Sigma Oasis, I like Down with Disease, I like Everything's Right, I like Free, I like Wedge, I like Gumbo, I like 2001, I like all these songs. Skip Fuego, I like Runaway Jim, like, there's great songs, actually.
Sure.
But it didn't, I didn't find inspiration in this set.
Me neither. You know, like, I'm stoked when I hear the opening notes of Harry Hood. How could you not be? You know?
Yeah.
Am I stoked when I hear the opening notes of More? Like,
And then First Tube Tweet Prize, like, I love a First
Sure.
Tube. I love a Tweet Prize.
100%.
All 2 minutes and 56
you know what I
seconds
was
of it.
thinking for like the first like 2 hours of the delay show? I was like, you know what would be really cool? And I'm not Trey, But I was like, you know what would be really cool? We all know they're going to play Tweeprise tonight.
Totally.
They played Tweezer on the first night.
Yeah.
So, and they haven't played it yet.
And close it out.
It's coming here.
Yeah.
Let's open the show with Tweezer Reprise.
That would be cool.
Let's like just fucking warm all these wet fucking wooks up with a slamming Tweezer Reprise and get the party going.
And I'm partial to a Tweezer Fest, okay? Because if you want to bring back Tweeprise again and again and again,
I know.
like that makes for a fun Dix. See, like something like that could be a fun way to play with the weather. Even though it's like, oh, I mean, look, we've had Tweezer Fest before.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's like reinventing the wheel, but like it could have been fun. And, you know, I was grumpy about this set after listening to it. And then when we were just like looking at the set list, I was like, why am I being grumpy? Like it actually has some sweet pieces, like pretty sweet pieces down the line.
It does.
Actually.
It does.
But I just like listened to it and I was like, meh.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I said at the beginning, why am I grumpy on Dix?
Because like this, the allure has faded.
I guess my expectations were high.
As is everybody's, because like, you know, we're in Discords, jam band Discords, we're on Twitter, we're on, you know, the Facebook groups.
Threads. We're deep on Threads.
Oh, you're deep on Threads.
Deep.
And I'm just like the lead up to Dix.
Oh, yeah. It's all
You
anyone
know,
can talk about.
the construction of people's Fingo cards. You know, like one of the guys did his Fingo card, one song for each letter of the alphabet. You know,
Yeah, it's like a lot of energy.
And like actually expected, like believed that like they could do something that was special.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
still that belief out there. I mean, maybe it was just like a huge marketing ploy that they pulled off, you know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Because people keep coming back
It's
for
just-
Dix.
People keep coming back for Dix,
Yeah.
you know, expecting there's going to be some, you know, infamous thing happen.
Even when we got super excited about the Hollywood Bowl being a tentpole feature of their touring schedule, we had Dix on, you know, like when we were, you know, it's like Mexico, Dix, Hollywood Bowl, we invented this like
MSG,
perfect world, right?
yeah.
Exactly. Like Dix was on there and I'm just like wondering
Well, I
why
don't
did
think
we
it's
say
going
it?
anywhere.
I know, but I just mean like it just in my brain is like this event. It's like Mexico or it's like
Well,
something. There's
it's
a
on
thing.
there because they do it every year.
I know, but
It's
like
it's what they do. You know, like they must have like a, you know,
you're a long-term contract.
a long-term contract, and they just have a hold on the hotel. You
Yeah.
know, and
They prepaid.
it's just why not? Let's all go to Colorado for Labor Day weekend and make a couple mil. No matter what we do.
Yeah. I mean, it's so weird because going through all these set lists, there actually were real choice pieces. But I would say I wasn't blown away by the weekend, but I wasn't there, you know? And it's always, obviously, attendance bias is huge.
For sure. Like,
So,
some people, again, Dix has passed. It's been a couple days. I've seen, well, Facebook to me is
Facebook?
the groups on Facebook,
Okay.
the fish groups on Facebook
I haven't
are the real
had Facebook in
gauge.
15 years.
are the real gauge
Yeah.
of like the feelings of the crowd.
Okay, and what's Facebook? What's what's
course.
Facebook telling us?
After every show on Facebook,
Best show ever.
You get a lot of
Yeah.
best show ever, and you don't get a lot of worst show ever.
No.
Never worst show ever, but like, oh, this, you know, après Colorado run seemed to have a much higher percentage of I'm glad I didn't go.
Interesting. Yeah, like I don't have FOMO. I don't have Dick's FOMO.
No, I think that there was very little from the couch FOMO.
Yeah.
You know, people on the couch were like, it's hard not to have a good time when you're there. You're going to have a good time. either way,
Totally.
right?
Because there's
Whether it's
fun
like
times to be had.
the worst show ever musically, you're still going to have a good time with your buddies and your cocktail and your dancing shoes and
Yeah.
you know, your hangout on Shakedown and
Yeah.
just the whole vibe. It's
The
great.
best.
No matter what happens.
Greatest.
But the people who are just listening or just watching, they're there for like the
They're for the
musical
highs.
experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And the people on, their couch are the ones who are actually going to have.
You kind of have a slightly unbiased opinion from the couch because it's like,
Exactly.
is this musically engrossing or not? Because the lights aren't around you. There's not all this swirling and twirling.
You're not like deep in the cult.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not getting pulled in
Yeah.
by the lights
No. Yeah.
like a moth to the flame.
Totally. I mean, yeah. See, I guess that's what it was. I just I didn't have FOMO. I didn't end this weekend with FOMO.
Me neither.
MSG. I got the taste of FOMO. I had FOMO for MSG. I really did. I'm not saying. I don't know.
No, and MSG was. I mean, they had a lot more opportunity,
Yeah, more time.
more shows.
Yeah.
But they did do, I think, a lot more at MSG. And I don't know. I just think that I don't know the exact calculations, but like the number, this whole summer has felt like we talked about this. This whole summer, the variety of the catalog seems small, even though it's a couple hundred songs, but at the same time,
So you think they didn't meander as wide through the catalog as they could have?
here's why I think, or how that happens, right? Because at the Baker's Dozen, they had no repeats for 13 shows. One of their strategies was to jam the fuck out of a lot of songs,
Right.
to fill the time.
Yeah, fill up space.
Lawn Boy,
Yeah.
right? Like
Totally.
30-minute Lawn Boy, right? Whereas this summer, there wasn't that much of that, right? Where they're playing a 7-minute Twist and a 9-minute Slave, and they just got to fill the time, so they keep playing. Oh, they're like, fuck, we got to play another song. What do we know? Okay, Santos, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Fuego, let's do it. Because, like, we know that one. We don't even have to rehearse. Sigma, let's do it. Momo Dance, let's do it.
I was so hyped after Hollywood Bowl. I was hyped at the beginning of this tour. I was hyped at MSG.
Yeah.
And I'm just being honest. I'm not being grumpy. I don't think. I'm just being honest with how I feel about it. It's just like kind of the summer tour didn't end with the bang that I'm like, I can't wait to fall tour.
Maybe they played too many shows.
Just to play themselves out.
Maybe.
I'm okay getting like less fish but better fish. Because I don't have runs in me anymore. I could do like little ones, like come to Hollywood Bowl again. But I don't know. I'm just like, I need a festival.
Well, I think that's what they look at Dick's as. Dick's is like their festival.
Yeah,
Their
it's
summer
not
festy.
a festival.
Because everybody's like, there's shakedown and there used to be camping, and it's like.
I mean, I don't want to go
festival-
camping at a
The
festival.
festival is just such a headache for them. There's
Yeah, they
just,
have to host
liability
everybody
and
and
like all these other expenses. And are they actually making a lot of money from a festival? I think that like
It feels
they're
different,
probably
though.
just like,
A festival feels like they're hosting us.
oh, for sure, but they
You
also
know?
do Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're probably like, Dick's, Mexico, residency at MSG. Like, we're giving everybody such a unique, different opportunities to experience us. Like, in the big city, on the beach, in the mountains, you
Yeah.
know, like, at the bowl. Right?
Yeah.
Like, in the sweatiest butthole of America, in Georgia, in the middle of July. Like...
Yeah.
Like, everybody gets their turn, and they're probably just like, what, in their late 50s, 60s now.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, ugh, it's too much, too much. It's because like a festival for them probably back in the day was like so much fun. Like
fun.
They are having.
They
so
could
much
party.
fun. They could party. They're
Yeah,
out there. They're
I
just
know.
like gods on this stage in like Woodstock style, just like
I know. And then
Like
planning all
Jimi
sorts of
Hendrix.
weird tricks and treats.
Yeah,
And like, I know. And now they're just like, ugh.
And at this point, they're just like older. And they're
Paige
just
is like, I just can't be fucked.
I know. And they're just like, oh,
Trey's got ideas.
Trey's got ideas, but I just don't think that they need that outlet anymore. You know? Like,
I know. I just like am hoping for something like I guess I was just hoping. I don't know. I've just been really enthused and buoyed by 4.0, like in a real nice way.
same.
And I just feel like the summer like kind of like lost a bit of its juice for me. And then like I just again there's like this question mark around like the 40th, and I just don't have like any guidance on it. And like if they're just gonna like show up at MSG like always,
That's exactly what's going to happen.
I know, which is like great. Like it's great. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You've been doing it every year since like what 95.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think they played 94, not New Year's. But anyway,
Yeah.
is that true?
I think so.
Yeah. So, but like, come on, like, give me something. Don't give me some. You know what I miss? I miss Big Cypress, man.
I know. When was the last time they even played in the state of Florida? Like New Year's in like
Those Miami New
2016
Year's
or
is-
15 or
yeah.
whatever. That was the last time they were in Florida.
I mean, it's sticky there.
I mean, but like, come on, guys. You guys are getting old. So
We're
are all
getting
your fans.
old.
Like a lot of your fans are down in Florida for the holidays. You know, with their families going. You know, they're staying at Bubby's place.
Yeah.
Bubby's place is available.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like they got the kids.
Yeah.
Come on down.
I just like. Yeah, I don't know. I just was like getting excited that they were excited and everyone's excited. There's been like, it's just like, I think it's a combination of like no news and maybe they played themselves out like you said, and like I just like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they don't want to do New Year's in the South because they're playing Mexico like a few weeks later.
Go
And,
to
like-
Indio. It's
But,
not
like-
even a festival in Indio. Like they just like set up a stage on a polo field. Like what are they gonna do? There's already like a Coachella friggin' hula hoop. What are those things called?
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel there anyway. You know they just.
Is it there permanently?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's not, they don't have to set up in the middle of Maine. You know, like, it's not what I'm asking for.
Yeah, it's like
I just
the
want, like, a
polo grounds
special
are, like-
event.
Are like plug and play.
A polo ground, yeah, they just roll from, like, the heavy metal to the country to the, you know, Gen Z,
Stagecoach.
and then to us,
Yeah.
whatever we are.
hmm
Like, just plug us in, bring us down to the beach, and not the beach, bring us to the desert. I don't know.
I feel you.
I just want something, and I just like I don't know. Maybe it's just unsettling around that. Like if they announce MSG, it's just gonna be like, good grief.
Oh, it's coming.
I know.
It's coming soon. Cause like they're gonna do something for the 40th anniversary, don't you think?
What are they gonna do? Ride a hot dog around?
They're gonna have to ride the hot dog. Pull it out of the Hall of Fame. And
Yeah. Dust it off.
Dust it off. Give it a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
Check all the carabiners on it,
Make sure the carabiners. Yeah.
and just buckle in
Yeah.
and throw some shit out of it at the crowd. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. 40th anniversary. What could they do? It's MSG. It is. Sphere's off the table.
Totally.
Until next year.
Yeah. It is. It's not even ready.
Yeah.
So the headline is Summer Tour starts strong and fizzles out.
I think Summer Tour was a wave of hope.
Okay.
You know, there were some sick fucking pipes, barrel rolls that people were just riding,
Okay.
and then just like waiting a while for a fresh set to come,
Yeah.
and a couple
Couple false.
false starts.
Yeah.
You know,
Couple false sets.
a couple
yeah.
of fizzlers. I don't think that Summer 23, if you're ranking, summer tours, is in the top 10, 15, 20, if we're talking 40 years. I think it was just like middle of the road, like had some incredible moments and then had some like crab apples. Sorry if we're negative
On dicks.
on dicks.
I'm glad I didn't go.
Same. Maybe next year. Probably not.
Always next year.
There's always next year. All right, cool.